In the intricate dance of human connection, virtues like compassion and kindness often serve as guiding stars, illuminating pathways to meaningful relationships. We yearn to offer support, to empathize with the struggles of others, and to contribute positively to the lives of those around us. This innate desire to nurture and assist forms the bedrock of thriving communities and fosters a sense of belonging. However, the very qualities that make us human, that drive us to extend a helping hand, can, paradoxically, become vulnerabilities exploited by those with less honorable intentions. The world, as we know, is far from a utopian ideal. It is a complex tapestry woven with threads of altruism and selfishness, genuine affection and calculated manipulation. It is within this nuanced reality that the discerning individual must learn to navigate, to differentiate between authentic connections and parasitic relationships. The harsh truth is that our inherent goodness can, in the eyes of certain individuals, transform us from cherished friends into mere tools, readily available resources to be tapped, utilized, and discarded when their purpose is served. Have you, dear viewer, ever experienced the sting of unacknowledged effort, the frustration of having your generosity taken for granted? Consider a specific instance. You poured your heart and soul into assisting a friend, dedicating countless hours, expending valuable resources, and offering unwavering emotional support during their time of need. You sacrificed your own time, energy, and perhaps even financial stability to help them navigate a challenging situation. And yet, in the aftermath of your selfless actions, you were met with a disconcerting lack of appreciation, a deafening silence where gratitude should have resonated. Your efforts were dismissed as if they were an inherent right, a service owed rather than a kindness freely given. Furthermore, when the tables turned, when you yourself required assistance or simply a listening ear, that very friend vanished, leaving you to grapple with your own challenges in isolation. The connection, once seemingly strong, evaporated as if it had never existed, revealing a transactional arrangement masked as a genuine bond. This experience, undoubtedly painful and disheartening, underscores a critical reality. The world is not always fair, and even the most well-intentioned individuals are susceptible to exploitation. This realization is not intended to breed cynicism or discourage acts of kindness. Rather, it serves as a catalyst for developing a more discerning perspective, an awareness that allows us to protect ourselves without sacrificing our inherent compassion. The key lies in cultivating a balanced approach, one that embraces both empathy and self-preservation. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on reason, virtue, and self-control, offers a powerful framework for navigating these complex social dynamics. By understanding the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to identify the subtle signs of exploitation, fortify our inner strength, and establish boundaries that safeguard our well-being. This is not about becoming cold or heartless, but rather about becoming more discerning, more aware, and more resilient in the face of potential manipulation. It's about recognizing that true kindness stems from a place of strength, a place where we are capable of giving freely without compromising our own values or allowing ourselves to be taken advantage of. It's about creating relationships based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and genuine care. One of the primary reasons why exploitation often goes unnoticed is its insidious nature. It rarely manifests as overt aggression or blatant demands. Instead, it operates in the shadows, employing subtle tactics and cunning strategies that gradually erode our self-worth and compromise our boundaries. Individuals who are naturally inclined to please others, who avoid conflict at all costs, and who frequently compromise their own needs for the sake of harmony are particularly vulnerable. Their desire to maintain peace and avoid confrontation can blind them to the warning signs, leaving them susceptible to manipulation and exploitation. They lack the assertiveness to protect their own interests and often fail to recognize their inherent worth and personal rights. They may prioritize the needs of others above their own, leading to a consistent imbalance in their relationships. This imbalance can create an environment where exploitation thrives, as the exploiter recognizes and takes advantage of the individual's willingness to sacrifice their own needs. Therefore, in this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into 20 telltale signs that may indicate you are being taken advantage of in a relationship. These are subtle cues, often overlooked or dismissed, that collectively paint a picture of an unhealthy dynamic. We will examine these indicators through the lens of Stoic philosophy, drawing upon its timeless wisdom to enhance our inner strength and self-control. This journey will not only empower you to defend yourself against undesirable situations, but also guide you towards fostering healthier, more enduring, and more fulfilling relationships in the future. It's a commitment to understanding your own value, setting healthy boundaries, and building connections based on mutual respect and genuine care. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be treated with kindness and consideration, and that you have the right to protect yourself from those who seek to exploit your generosity. Before we embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, I invite you to make a conscious commitment to yourself, to watch this entire exploration with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Every example, every piece of advice, and every philosophical insight shared will serve as a valuable tool in your arsenal, equipping you to navigate the complexities of human relationships with greater clarity and confidence. Remember, this is not just about defending yourself. It is about cultivating a more authentic and fulfilling life, one where you are empowered to build relationships based on mutual respect, genuine connection, and unwavering self-worth. Video Segment 2. Visual representation of committing to self-improvement, perhaps a montage of people setting intentions. Now, let us begin to unravel the intricate threads of exploitative relationships and discover how Stoic philosophy can illuminate our path toward healthier and more meaningful connections. This exploration will arm you with the knowledge and the tools to recognize, address, and ultimately prevent exploitation in your relationships, fostering a life filled with genuine connection and unwavering self-respect. 1. Broken promises. Personal ethics and unwavering trust form the very foundation upon which all healthy and sustainable relationships are built. When someone consistently shatters their promises, it transcends a mere lapse in memory or a simple change of plans. It signifies a profound lack of respect for your time, your feelings, and the very bond you share. Every promise, whether explicitly stated or implicitly understood, constitutes a moral commitment, a tangible expression of self-management and personal autonomy. It represents an individual's willingness to align their actions with their words, to honor their obligations, and to uphold the integrity of the relationship. Conversely, when promises are disregarded with impunity, it reflects a fundamental inconsistency in ethics, a blatant disregard for the rights and emotions of the other person involved. Consider the scenario described earlier. You invested significant effort, time, and resources in assisting a friend, perhaps even embarking on a new business venture together. In the initial stages, that person pledged unwavering support, promising to be a constant source of encouragement, assistance, and collaboration. However, as the project progressed and your need for their support intensified, their actions revealed a starkly different reality. They consistently found ways to avoid fulfilling their commitments, offering a litany of excuses or simply disappearing when their help was most crucial. Video Segment 3. Visual depiction of broken promises. A hand retracting from a handshake, a calendar with crossed-out dates. The first instance of a broken promise might be dismissed as an unfortunate mishap, a temporary deviation from the intended course. But as this pattern repeats itself, it erodes the very foundation of trust, creating a chasm of doubt and uncertainty. More importantly, it serves as a glaring indication of a lack of genuine concern for your success and well-being. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on virtue and ethical conduct, views trust and respect as inseparable facets of a healthy relationship. Like two sides of the same coin, They are intrinsically linked, each reinforcing the other. When someone violates a promise, they not only inflict damage upon the relationship, but also reveal their true character, their underlying values, and their capacity for genuine connection. A person who consistently fails to uphold their commitments demonstrates a lack of respect for ethical principles, a disregard for mutual responsibility, and a prioritization of their own self-interest above the well-being of others. This behavior is fundamentally incompatible with the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with virtue, which requires us to act with integrity, honesty, and a genuine concern for the welfare of those around us. The repeated betrayal of promises offers a profound lesson: to evaluate individuals not solely based on their words, which can be easily manipulated and deceptively presented, but rather on their consistent actions and demonstrable commitment to their stated values. In the case of the unreliable friend, the breach of promises transcends a mere inconvenience or a temporary setback. It serves as a clear and unambiguous warning sign that you are potentially being taken advantage of. It is a signal to reevaluate the nature of the relationship, to assess the level of trust that can be reasonably placed in that individual, and to adjust your expectations accordingly. This does not necessarily necessitate severing the connection entirely, but it does require a more cautious and discerning approach, one that protects your own interests and safeguards your emotional well-being. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our own reactions and responses. We can choose to learn from the experience, to develop a more discerning eye for identifying potentially exploitative individuals, and to cultivate a stronger sense of self-reliance. The broken promises of others can serve as a catalyst for personal growth, prompting us to examine our own vulnerabilities and to strengthen our capacity for self-protection. It is a reminder that true strength lies not in blind trust, but in informed discernment, in the ability to navigate the complexities of human relationships with both compassion and wisdom. By recognizing the pattern of broken promises, you're not just acknowledging a flaw in the other person. You're actively taking steps to protect yourself and to foster healthier, more sustainable relationships in the future. This awareness empowers you to make informed decisions, to set appropriate boundaries, and to cultivate connections based on mutual respect and genuine care. It is a step towards building a life where you are valued, respected, and appreciated for who you are, rather than being taken advantage of for what you can offer. 2. Disregarding your emotions or needs. The consistent disregard for your emotions and needs transcends a mere oversight or a temporary lapse in attentiveness. It represents a fundamental challenge to your autonomy and a blatant demonstration of disrespect. In the intricate tapestry of human connection, a healthy relationship is characterized by balance and reciprocity, where both parties feel valued, heard, and understood. When one individual consistently prioritizes their own emotions and needs while simultaneously dismissing or minimizing those of the other, it creates a dynamic of imbalance and potential exploitation. One of the most insidious signs of being taken advantage of is the pervasive feeling that you must constantly sacrifice your own emotional well-being and personal needs to appease others or maintain a superficial peace. This can manifest in various forms, from accepting unfavorable decisions or compromising your own values to avoid conflict, to consistently serving as a sounding board for others' problems without ever having the opportunity to share your own feelings and experiences. This pattern of self-sacrifice directly contradicts the core principles of Stoicism, which emphasize the importance of self-respect, personal autonomy, and the inherent value of each individual. Stoic philosophy teaches us that to maintain a healthy and fulfilling life, we must cultivate a sense of inner strength and self-worth, recognizing that our own emotions and needs are just as valid and deserving of attention as those of others. To navigate this challenging dynamic, it is crucial to cultivate a heightened awareness of your own emotional state and personal needs. When you find yourself consistently feeling belittled, disregarded, or emotionally drained in a particular relationship, it is imperative to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, Am I losing my personal power in my attempts to protect the emotions and needs of others? Am I sacrificing my own well-being for the sake of maintaining a superficial harmony? These introspective questions can serve as a powerful catalyst for recognizing the imbalance and taking proactive steps to restore equilibrium. When you perceive that your emotions and needs are being consistently overlooked, it is not only a reflection of a lack of respect from the other person, but also an opportunity for you to practice the Stoic virtue of autonomy. This entails taking a stand to protect your own rights, to assert your needs with clarity and conviction, and to refuse to compromise your well-being for the sake of appeasing others. Remember that each individual has a fundamental responsibility to protect their own spirit and independence, to cultivate a sense of self-worth that is not contingent upon the approval or validation of others. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom lies in our ability to control our own thoughts and actions, to make conscious choices that align with our values, and to refuse to be manipulated or controlled by external forces. When you realize that your emotions and needs are being consistently disregarded, it is time to reevaluate the relationship from the perspective of self-esteem and autonomy. This involves examining the underlying dynamics, identifying the patterns of behavior that contribute to the imbalance, and determining whether the relationship is truly serving your best interests. This process of reevaluation may lead to difficult decisions, such as setting firm boundaries, limiting contact, or even severing the relationship entirely. However, these decisions, while potentially painful in the short term, are ultimately acts of self-preservation, designed to protect your emotional well-being and to foster a more fulfilling and authentic life. This process not only helps you protect yourself from being exploited, but also cultivates a stronger sense of self-awareness and empowers you to build relationships based on your own principles and values. It allows you to move forward with greater clarity and confidence, choosing to surround yourself with individuals who respect your emotions, value your needs, and contribute positively to your overall well-being. It is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, one that ultimately leads to a more authentic and fulfilling life. 3. Betrayal. Trust, that delicate and precious commodity, is universally acknowledged as the essential foundation of every deep and meaningful relationship. It is the bedrock upon which we build intimacy, vulnerability, and mutual reliance. Betrayal, the act that shatters this foundation, is not merely a violation of trust and respect. It is a profound reflection of a lack of personal ethics and a disregard for the very essence of human connection. When a friend, partner, or loved one betrays you, they demonstrate a willingness to prioritize their own self-interest above the well-being of the relationship, revealing a fundamental lack of understanding of the true value of human connection. Betrayal can manifest in myriad forms, from the blatant disclosure of personal information without consent to covert actions designed to harm your interests or undermine your position. It can involve broken confidences, deceptive behavior, or the exploitation of your vulnerabilities for personal gain. Regardless of its specific form, betrayal inflicts a deep and lasting wound, leaving the victim feeling hurt, violated, and questioning the very nature of their relationships. Consider the poignant story of David and Anna, colleagues and close friends for many years, who collaborated on numerous creative ideas and projects within their company. David, trusting Anna implicitly, shared with her an innovative project idea that he had been nurturing for an extended period. He confided in her, seeking her feedback and support, never suspecting the treachery that lay beneath the surface. However, shortly thereafter, David discovered that Anna had presented his idea as her own in a meeting with the leadership team. Not only did she fail to acknowledge David's contribution, but she actively claimed that the idea was entirely her own, implying that David had not even supported the concept. This act of betrayal not only robbed David of the recognition he deserved, but also inflicted deep emotional and trust wounds, leaving him questioning his judgment and the very nature of his friendship with Anna. Stoic philosophy encourages us to approach such situations not with anger or resentment, but with careful observation and rational analysis. Every action, whether virtuous or malicious, has its underlying causes and its inevitable consequences. Remember that betrayal is ultimately the result of someone else's flawed decision-making, not a reflection of your own inherent worth or value. However, it is essential not to allow the act of betrayal to steal your inner peace or to compromise your own ethical standards. You have the power to choose how you respond to betrayal. You can choose to reduce or even sever the relationship with the betrayer, not out of vengeful spite, but from a clear and rational understanding of your own worth and the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries. Stoicism teaches us that we should not dwell on the negativity of others, but rather focus on cultivating our own virtues and maintaining our own integrity. Have you, dear viewer, ever faced betrayal in your own life? How did you navigate that challenging experience? Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences may serve as a profound lesson for others who are currently grappling with similar situations. By sharing our stories, we can create a community of support and understanding, empowering one another to navigate the complexities of human relationships with greater resilience and wisdom. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles, and that by sharing our experiences, we can help others to heal and to grow. 4. Emotional manipulation. The autonomy of emotions and thoughts is the very foundation upon which a happy and meaningful life is constructed. It is the inherent right of each individual to experience their emotions authentically, to process their thoughts freely, and to make decisions based on their own rational judgment. When someone attempts to manipulate you through emotional tactics, they not only weaken your inner strength and compromise your ability to think clearly, but also demonstrate a profound lack of understanding and respect for your mental freedom. Emotional manipulation is a subtle yet insidious form of control designed to undermine your self-worth, erode your boundaries, and ultimately compel you to act against your own best interests. This manipulation can manifest in a variety of forms, from insincere flattery used to gain your trust to the creation of unfair emotional pressure designed to guilt you into compliance. It can also involve sudden and unpredictable mood swings intended to throw you off balance and gain control over your emotional state. Emotional manipulators are often skilled at identifying your vulnerabilities and exploiting your insecurities, using them as leverage to achieve their own goals. Imagine a skilled violinist with an exquisite violin. The artist carefully adjusts each string, creating harmonious and breathtaking sounds. In stark contrast, emotional manipulators are like uncontrolled violin players, tightening the strings too much at times and leaving them too loose at others, producing ear-piercing and unstable sounds. They use emotions like strings, causing others to lose balance and stability, creating a psychological dependency in which the victim constantly seeks acceptance and guidance from the manipulator to regain the initial sense of harmony. This dependency makes the victim more susceptible to further manipulation, creating a vicious cycle of emotional control. Therefore, valuing self-worth and maintaining a mind unaffected by these emotional games is of utmost importance. By practicing objective observation and carefully analyzing situations, you can prevent yourself from being caught in the whirlwind of emotions created by others. Instead, strive to cultivate a sense of inner calmness and respond thoughtfully, refusing to allow anyone the power to control your emotions or dictate your decisions. This is a crucial step toward maintaining your autonomy, preserving your dignity, and moving toward a more ethical and fulfilling life. Stoicism offers a powerful framework for resisting emotional manipulation, emphasizing the importance of reason, self-control, and the ability to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. We cannot control the actions or emotions of others, but we can control our own reactions and responses. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, we can learn to detach ourselves from the emotional games of others, to observe their manipulations with a detached objectivity, and to respond with reason and self-control. This does not mean suppressing our emotions or becoming emotionally detached. Rather, It means developing a greater awareness of our own emotional triggers and learning to manage our emotions in a healthy and constructive way. It means refusing to allow others to dictate our emotional state or to manipulate us into acting against our own best interests. It means cultivating a sense of inner resilience and self-worth that is not contingent upon the approval or validation of others. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us the importance of setting clear boundaries and asserting our needs with confidence and clarity. We have the right to protect ourselves from emotional abuse and manipulation, and we should not hesitate to take steps to safeguard our well-being. This may involve setting limits on our interactions with manipulative individuals, limiting our exposure to their emotional games, or even severing the relationship entirely. Ultimately, resisting emotional manipulation is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It requires us to cultivate a deeper understanding of our own emotions, to develop a stronger sense of self-worth, and to assert our right to autonomy and self-determination. By embracing these principles, we can break free from the cycle of manipulation and build a life based on authenticity, integrity, and genuine connection. Video Segment 7. Demonstration of boundary-setting techniques, role-playing scenarios. This journey empowers us to build relationships based on mutual respect, genuine care, and unwavering self-worth. 5. Diminishing comments. In the essence of human nature, respect and self-esteem are precious gems, illuminating our interactions and shaping our perception of ourselves. They are not merely abstract concepts, but tangible forces that influence our thoughts, actions, and relationships. When faced with comments that diminish our self-worth, it is necessary to recognize that these words are not simply spoken utterances, but deeply reflect the attitude and lack of understanding of the speaker. Diminishing comments are a subtle form of emotional abuse, designed to erode your confidence, undermine your self-esteem, and ultimately control your behavior. For example, when you share a creative idea with a colleague and they dismiss it with a dismissive, "This idea has no value." These words not only inflict emotional pain, but also signify a lack of respect and awareness of the true value of a person. Such comments, often delivered with a condescending tone or a dismissive gesture, can leave you feeling deflated, discouraged, and questioning your own abilities. They can plant seeds of doubt in your mind, eroding your confidence and hindering your willingness to share your ideas in the future. In such situations, instead of reacting defensively or allowing the negativity to consume you, learn to face these words with a calm and composed mind. Maintain inner peace and refuse to allow baseless words to disrupt your inner tranquility. Remember that words, while capable of inflicting pain, ultimately hold only the power that we allow them to possess. The true power lies in how we choose to confront and respond to them. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control our own reactions and interpretations. Overcoming negative words is a journey of self-awareness and self-improvement. Each individual is the master of their own thoughts and emotions, and no one can truly harm us unless we grant them that power. By maintaining composure and self-control, we can transform mental challenges into opportunities to strengthen our resilience and cultivate a more robust sense of self-worth. This involves recognizing that the opinions of others are not necessarily reflections of reality, and that our own self-worth should not be contingent upon external validation. When faced with diminishing comments, consider the source and their underlying motivations. Are they genuinely trying to offer constructive criticism, or are they simply attempting to belittle you and elevate themselves? Are their comments based on factual evidence and logical reasoning, or are they driven by personal biases and insecurities? By analyzing the situation objectively, you can gain a clearer understanding of the true intent behind the comments and determine whether they warrant any consideration. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is within our control and to let go of what is not. We cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control our own thoughts, emotions, and responses. By cultivating a sense of inner peace and self-acceptance, We can become less susceptible to the negativity of others and more resilient in the face of adversity. This involves practicing self-compassion, recognizing our own strengths and weaknesses, and accepting ourselves for who we are, flaws and all. Ultimately, overcoming diminishing comments is a testament to our own inner strength and resilience. It is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, one that allows us to cultivate a more robust sense of self-worth and to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine appreciation. It is a reminder that we are worthy of love, respect, and kindness, and that we have the power to protect ourselves from those who seek to diminish our value. This protection not only safeguards our well-being, but also empower us to build stronger, more fulfilling relationships in the future. 6. Unilateral benefit. Imagine yourself standing on the seashore, facing the turbulent sea with its high and powerful waves. You exert all your strength, putting in your utmost effort to pull another person out of the dangers of the ocean. You pour into it all your love, compassion, and determination to protect them from harm. This act of selfless dedication represents the best of human nature, the willingness to sacrifice our own comfort and well-being to assist those in need. However, what happens when the roles are reversed, when you yourself are caught in the turbulent waters of life? When life throws you into a difficult situation, when you desperately need help, support, and trust, you realize, with a crushing sense of disappointment, that the other person has turned their back and walked away. They did not stand by your side when the storms hit, leaving you to face the difficulties and urgent situations alone. In this moment, you keenly sense the lack of morality, ethics, and respect from the other person. This is the harsh reality of a unilateral benefit, a relationship dynamic where one party consistently gives while the other consistently takes. This situation transcends a mere personal disappointment. It reflects a larger issue in human relationships. It raises profound questions about fairness and respect. Can we truly build trustworthy and respectful relationships when only one party is benefiting? A relationship that only brings benefits to one party fundamentally contradicts the core principles of Stoicism, which emphasize the importance of balance, reciprocity, and mutual respect. Stoicism teaches us that respect and fairness are essential components of a sustainable and fulfilling relationship. When one person consistently considers only their own interests without any regard for the well-being of the other, they're undermining the other person's worth and disrupting the delicate balance that is necessary for a healthy connection. The most valuable and enduring relationships are built on a foundation of fairness, where both parties contribute and receive equally. This does not necessarily mean a strict quid pro quo, but rather a general sense of balance and reciprocity in terms of emotional support, practical assistance, and mutual consideration. When one person consistently looks out only for their own interests without considering the needs or feelings of their partner, it not only disrupts the balance, but also creates a state of dissatisfaction and a lack of respect. The giver may begin to feel resentful, exploited, and unappreciated, while the taker may become entitled, demanding, and oblivious to the imbalance. Therefore, recognizing and understanding this behavior is of utmost importance. It serves as a warning signal, prompting us to confront the imbalance head-on and to set clear boundaries or, if necessary, distance ourselves from such toxic environments. This does not mean becoming cynical or distrustful of others, but rather developing a more discerning eye for identifying potentially exploitative relationships. Stoicism teaches us that we should strive to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect, genuine care, and a willingness to contribute equally. We should be wary of relationships where we consistently find ourselves giving more than we receive, where our needs are consistently ignored, and where our efforts are consistently taken for granted. By setting clear boundaries and asserting our needs with confidence and clarity, we can protect ourselves from being exploited and foster more fulfilling and balanced relationships. 7. Making you feel guilty. Imagine a scenario in which the feeling of guilt is like the strings of a puppeteer controlling a puppet. In this world, We often become puppets, manipulated by others, and the feeling of guilt is the very strings they use to control us. This image, though stark, captures the essence of emotional manipulation through guilt, a tactic employed by those seeking to exert control and influence over your actions and decisions. When we allow ourselves to become overly sensitive and prone to guilt, we inadvertently open the door for others to exploit our vulnerability and compel us to obey their will. This can manifest in various forms, from subtle guilt trips designed to elicit sympathy and compliance, to overt accusations intended to make you feel responsible for their problems or unhappiness. Stoicism, with its emphasis on reason and self-control, advises us to maintain our self-confidence in our own morals, refusing to allow the feeling of guilt to affect us easily. By mastering these unnecessary emotions, we can preserve our independence and spiritual freedom, refusing to be swayed by the manipulative tactics of others. Stoicism teaches us that we should not allow our emotions to dictate our actions, but rather to use our reason and judgment to guide our choices. When someone deliberately attempts to make you feel guilty, they may employ a range of psychological tactics to control you or manipulate you into agreeing with their point of view. They may pose challenging questions such as, "Why did you do that?" Or "Do you think you acted fairly?" designed to make you question your own judgment and actions. They may also create a special situation that makes you blame yourself, such as, "If you had behaved differently, could this situation have been avoided?" Or, "Do you regret your decision?" These tactics, while seemingly innocuous on the surface, can have a profound impact on your emotional well-being, robbing you of your mental freedom and autonomy. They can create a sense of self-doubt, insecurity, and obligation, making you more susceptible to manipulation and control. It is essential to recognize these tactics for what they are, attempts to undermine your self-worth and to exploit your vulnerability. We should remember that our emotions are an integral part of ourselves, and we should not be ashamed of feeling them. However, we also have the power to control how we respond to our emotions, refusing to allow them to dictate our actions or compromise our values. Stoicism teaches us to uphold our belief in our own worth and morality and not to let others use them to control us. So, when you feel surrounded by the feeling of guilt, remember that you have the right to take control of your emotions and not to allow anyone to trespass on your feelings. Remember that what matters most is maintaining your ethics and self-respect in every situation. As a declaration of sovereignty, assert, "I am the master of my emotions," a statement that no one can infringe upon your emotional boundaries without your consent. This affirmation serves as a powerful reminder that you are in control of your own emotional state and that you have the right to protect yourself from manipulation and abuse. By embracing this principle, you can break free from the cycle of guilt and cultivate a life based on authenticity, integrity, and genuine connection. 8. Lack of genuine support. Every individual inherently values their ability to self-manage their life and maintain their spiritual independence. This sense of autonomy is fundamental to our well-being, allowing us to make choices that align with our values, pursue our goals with confidence, and navigate the challenges of life with resilience. However, as we observe the world around us, we sometimes encounter a distressing reality: the lack of genuine support from others. This absence is not merely the lack of physical assistance. It carries a deeper significance, representing the loss of spiritual support, that intangible but essential element that sustains us through difficult times. Stoic philosophy encourages self-sufficiency in evaluating one's own worth, emphasizing the importance of inner strength and independence. However, when others fail to respect your true value, it transcends a mere lack of courtesy. It signifies a lack of understanding of human worth, a disregard for the inherent dignity that resides within each of us. This lack of recognition can be deeply demoralizing, undermining your confidence and making it difficult to pursue your goals with enthusiasm. If you're living in an environment lacking genuine support, you may experience a sense of spiritual isolation and a hindrance to personal growth. This can manifest in various ways, such as feeling unheard, unappreciated, or dismissed by those around you. Your ideas may be ignored, your efforts may be minimized, and your struggles may be met with indifference. This not only deprives you of the ability to develop and mature, but also contradicts the Stoic philosophy of self-sufficiency and independence. While Stoicism promotes inner strength, it also recognizes the importance of human connection and the value of receiving genuine support from others. For example, imagine you're going through a harrowing moment in life, such as losing a loved one after a prolonged battle with a serious illness. You are immersed in pain and despair, desperately needing a shoulder to lean on and someone to share your deepest emotions with. However, your close friend, someone you once considered always by your side in tough times, lacks spiritual support and displays a callous indifference to your emotional state. In this situation, you may feel more spiritually abandoned than ever before, not only because you're grieving the loss of your loved one, but also because you're experiencing a profound lack of emotional support and empathy from someone you trusted. This lack of support not only causes immediate emotional harm, but also damages an essential aspect of the relationship, disrupting the emotional balance and creating a sense of distrust and resentment. Therefore, when you discover a lack of sincere support in a relationship, it is crucial to consider whether that relationship aligns with the Stoic philosophy of respect and self-sufficiency. Stoic philosophy educates us on the importance of spiritual independence and the ability to determine our own worth without relying on others to define it. We should strive to cultivate inner strength and resilience, but we should also recognize the value of genuine support from those who care about us. Ultimately, navigating a lack of genuine support is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It requires us to cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth, to set clear boundaries with those who do not respect our value, and to seek out relationships that are characterized by mutual support, genuine care, and a willingness to uplift one another. By embracing these principles, we can create a life filled with meaningful connections and unwavering self-respect. 9. Absence in critical moments. When individuals are facing challenging obstacles and require support, the absence of a reliable companion can be an undeniable sign of a deeper disconnect. These critical moments in life are often marked by a heightened need for connection, empathy, and assistance. It is a time when we hope for the presence and support of others to help us overcome difficulties and to share the joy of success. However, when that person is conspicuously absent, when they do not respond to your calls for help or meet your expectations, it can lead to deep disappointment and a sense of betrayal. We are often taught that unity and a willingness to help during times of difficulty are important factors in maintaining trustworthy relationships. It is during these challenging times that we demonstrate our commitment to one another, solidifying the bonds of friendship and showing respect and care for others. Being present in crucial moments is not only a way to express empathy, but also a fundamental aspect of how we build and strengthen our relationships with each other. When the person you trust does not appear in crucial moments, as illustrated in the previous example of losing a loved one after battling a serious illness, that person not only misses the opportunity to show commitment and friendship, but also damages the trust and respect that are essential for a healthy relationship. Their absence is evidence of a lack of respect for the value of your time and opportunities, reflecting a fundamental uncertainty in their emotions, elements that are inconsistent with the Stoic philosophy of patience, compassion, and mutual respect. Stoicism teaches us that true friendship is characterized by unwavering support and loyalty, particularly during times of adversity. A true friend is someone who is willing to stand by your side, to offer a helping hand, and to provide emotional support when you need it most. Their presence is a source of strength and comfort, reminding you that you are not alone in your struggles. Conversely, the absence of a friend during critical moments can be a devastating experience, leaving you feeling abandoned, betrayed, and questioning the very nature of the relationship. It can create a sense of resentment and distrust, making it difficult to rely on that person in the future. Therefore, In important moments, presence and support are essential for creating trustworthy relationships. Do not let absence in crucial moments diminish the value and meaning in your life. Instead, use these experiences as opportunities to build a strong foundation for your valuable relationships, focusing on those who consistently demonstrate their commitment and support. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner strength and self-reliance, but it also recognizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who are genuinely supportive and caring. We should strive to build relationships based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and a willingness to be there for one another, particularly during times of adversity. By prioritizing these qualities in our relationships, we can create a network of support that will sustain us through the challenges of life and enhance our overall well-being. Ultimately, navigating the absence of others in critical moments is a testament to our own resilience and self-sufficiency. It requires us to cultivate a stronger sense of inner strength, to learn to rely on ourselves when others are not available, and to prioritize relationships with those who consistently demonstrate their commitment and support. By embracing these principles, we can create a life filled with meaningful connections and unwavering self-respect. This is not a call to isolate ourselves, but rather to be selective and intentional about the relationships we cultivate, focusing on those that are truly reciprocal and supportive. 10. Constant competition. Imagine a world like a complex chessboard, where each move is not only about advancing one's own position, but also about strategically surpassing the opponent. In this world, relentless competition is not just a strategy. It is a way of life that many have chosen, a world where every race has no finish line, where everyone constantly strives to outdo one another. But does this endless race truly bring happiness and success? Are we sacrificing genuine connection and collaboration for the sake of achieving a perceived sense of superiority? Our relationships are, in many ways, like a chessboard. When a relationship devolves into endless competition, it loses its original meaning, its inherent purpose of connection and support. Instead of fostering collaboration and mutual growth, it becomes a battleground where each individual is vying for dominance and validation. When relationships are filled with competition, they become distorted, transforming into a mental challenge that erodes trust and undermines genuine connection. This never-ending competition can manifest in various forms, depending on the context of the relationship. In a professional environment, colleagues may try to overshadow you in meetings, hijack your creative ideas, or sabotage your efforts to advance their own careers. In personal relationships, individuals may constantly compare themselves to you, subtly diminishing your worth or accomplishments to elevate their own sense of self-esteem. Even in casual conversations, there may be a subtle competition to prove one's superiority, whether through boasting about achievements, criticizing others, or simply dominating the conversation. When you realize that your relationships are drowning in relentless competition, it may be an opportunity to reevaluate their true value and to determine whether they're truly serving your personal growth and happiness. Are these relationships fostering a sense of collaboration and mutual support, or are they simply fueling a constant need for validation and comparison? Stoicism advises us that finding contentment within ourselves and cultivating harmony in our relationships is a more righteous path to building meaningful connections and optimizing our spirits. Instead of focusing on external validation and comparing ourselves to others, we should strive to cultivate inner peace and self-acceptance. We should recognize that true success is not about surpassing others, but about becoming the best version of ourselves, fulfilling our potential, and living in accordance with our values. This does not mean avoiding all forms of competition, as competition can be a healthy motivator for personal growth and achievement. However, it does mean approaching competition with a balanced perspective, recognizing that it is not the ultimate goal in life and that genuine connection and collaboration are far more valuable than any fleeting sense of superiority. Ultimately, navigating the challenges of constant competition requires us to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth, to resist the urge to compare ourselves to others, and to prioritize relationships that are characterized by mutual respect, genuine support, and a shared desire for growth and collaboration. By embracing these principles, we can create a life filled with meaningful connections and unwavering self-acceptance. A life where we are not constantly striving to outdo others, but are rather focused on becoming the best versions of ourselves. Mid-video interlude. You've reached the halfway point of this video. Congratulations on your commitment to becoming a better version of yourself. Taking the time to reflect on these signs and consider their impact on your own relationships is a significant step towards cultivating healthier and more fulfilling connections. I also encourage you to leave a comment sharing your thoughts on these first 10 points. Your insights and experiences can be incredibly valuable to others who are navigating similar challenges. If you're not sure what to write, simply type "Mind governs the body" to let me know you've read this far and are engaged with the content. Now, shift your focus to the next 10 points. These indicators will provide further insights into identifying those who may be taking advantage of you, empowering you to protect yourself and build relationships based on genuine respect and reciprocity. Remember, awareness is the first step towards positive change. Prepare to delve deeper into the intricacies of exploitative relationships and to discover how Stoic philosophy can guide you towards building a more fulfilling and authentic life. The journey continues. 11. Lack of personal interest. Outline. Explain how mutual care is the foundation of a relationship. Describe the signs of a lack of interest. Discuss how it violates Stoic principles of respect and autonomy. Explain how to recognize and withstand indifference. Emphasize the value of genuine connections. 12. Selective availability. Outline. Describe the scenario where you're always available, but they aren't. Discuss the questions this raises about relationship value. Explain how this behavior is unethical and betrays self-respect. Discuss how Stoicism values wisdom and determination in facing this. Emphasize building genuine and meaningful relationships. 13. Lack of reciprocity. Outline. Compare relationships to transactions in Stoicism. Use the rowing boat metaphor to illustrate the lack of response. Explain how this challenges Stoic principles of fairness. Discuss not eliminating takers, but reassessing engagement. Emphasize self-protection, maturity, and autonomy. 14. Unilateral conversations. Outline. Explain how meaningful dialogue is the foundation of a balanced relationship. Describe the signs of one-sided conversation. Discuss how this reveals self-centeredness and lack of integration. Emphasize recognizing the imbalance and setting boundaries. Highlight asserting personal rights within the relationship. 15. Continued lack of respect. Outline. Emphasize that respect is both a moral principle and a factor for inner peace. Explain how facing disrespect tests self-respect. Discuss using patience and self-respect to set boundaries. Emphasize self-control and resilience. Discuss standing up to disrespect as part of personal growth. 16. Exploitation of kindness. Outline. Explain that kindness must be accompanied by alertness and wisdom. Describe the problem of kindness being taken advantage of. Discuss the importance of self-control and wisdom in this situation. Emphasize setting limits, not being cold, but protecting values. Discuss protecting kindness without resentment. 17. Exploitation of your skills without fair exchange. Approximate 950 words. Outline. Fair trade-offs are the foundation of healthy relationships. Discuss the David graphic design example. Stoicism respects autonomy and independence. Realize the value of work and time. Don't be persuaded by false promises. Set boundaries. Protect self's own rights and also show respect for his art and profession. Set clear and firm boundaries. 18. Overriding your boundaries. Outline. Defining and protecting personal boundaries is the foundation for self-development and maintaining inner peace. When someone intentionally crosses that line, that not only undermine the capacity for self-management and self-determination, but also a sign of disrespect and subtle exploitation. Identify and resist boundary violations consistently and intelligently. Requires self-awareness, self-respect, and autonomy, but also requires strength in protecting personal rights. Accept no concession, instead assert your right to choice and personal space clearly and decisively, but still remain calm and don't let your emotions control you. Self-control in this context is more than just self-protection. It is also an expression of self-respect and asserting the right to control one's life. 19. Frequent criticism without constructive feedback. Outline. Without constructive feedback in any relationship, communication is indispensable key to the growth and progress of both parties. When relentless and unconstructive criticism becomes a toxic form of imposition, value Stoics will approach them with analysis and logical processing. They seek to understand and exploit valuable lessons from every situation, even the most difficult ones. This not only helps them maintain their mind in all circumstances, but also assists them in building patience, compassion, and wisdom, key elements in personal development and a deeper understanding of the world. When faced with criticism that is not constructive, choose to receive and handle it calmly, and purposefully don't try to change others, but focus on getting to know yourself, identifying your strengths and weaknesses to improve. Demonstrate control and autonomy. 20. Making decisions for you without your consent. Approximate 900 words. Outline. Each person's autonomy and ability to make their own decisions are core principles of Stoic philosophy. Imagine a situation where your choices are ignored, your voice is muted, and your will is subjugated by someone else's decisions alone. This negation of your autonomy is a clear violation of the Stoic principle of respect for individual thought. The act of others putting their interests above yours not only bypasses your theoretical ability to make decisions. Intrusions into your autonomy can have lasting consequences for your self-esteem and self-determination. Practicing Stoicism in such a situation is to assert your right to self-determination. This means you will be confident yet dignified and reclaim your role as the author of your life's decisions. Video segment 26. Visual metaphors of choice and control, asserting your rights. Conclusion. At the culmination of today's journey, you have gained valuable insights into 20 distinct signs that can alert you to the possibility of being exploited in a relationship. This understanding, this heightened awareness, serves as a realistic and symbolic depiction of confronting the darker aspects of human interaction. It is not an easy path to tread, but it is a necessary one for cultivating healthy boundaries and protecting your well-being. By becoming attuned to these warning signs, you are, in essence, unlocking the door to a profound journey of self-awareness and self-mastery. This journey, deeply aligned with the principles of Stoic philosophy, encourages each of us to actively engage with the challenges of life, to confront difficult situations with courage and reason, and to strive for inner peace and resilience. It is not a passive acceptance of fate, but rather an active engagement with the world, guided by virtue and self-control. Recognizing and understanding the subtle indicators of exploitation is an essential first step towards safeguarding your emotional and spiritual well-being. It is about critically examining the true value of the relationships in your life and assessing whether they contribute positively to your personal growth, happiness, and overall sense of fulfillment. This requires a willingness to be honest with yourself, to acknowledge the imbalances and unhealthy dynamics that may be present, and to take proactive steps to address them. Imagine that Stoic philosophy is standing at your side, offering guidance and support as you navigate the complex maze of life and relationships. It is not merely a set of abstract principles, but a practical framework that empowers you to face challenges with equanimity, to embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace that transcends external circumstances. This inner peace is not a passive state of apathy, but rather a dynamic force that allows you to act with clarity, courage, and compassion, even in the face of adversity. As you embark on this transformative journey, I extend a heartfelt invitation to join our community. By clicking like and sharing this exploration with others, You contribute to a wider movement of awareness and empowerment, helping to create a world where healthy relationships thrive and exploitation is minimized. Please also take a moment to leave a comment sharing your thoughts and reflections on the content presented. What are the most common and easily recognizable signs of someone taking advantage of you that you have observed in your own life or in the experiences of others? Your insights can be invaluable to those who are currently grappling with similar situations, offering them guidance, encouragement, and a sense of solidarity. And finally, I invite you to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on future content designed to support your journey of self-discovery and empowerment. We are committed to providing you with valuable insights, practical tools, and philosophical guidance to help you navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity, courage, and resilience. Our future explorations will delve deeper into the principles of Stoic philosophy, offering practical strategies for cultivating inner peace, building stronger relationships, and living a more meaningful life. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Your engagement, your insights, and your commitment to personal growth are deeply appreciated. We value your presence in our community and look forward to continuing this exploration with you. Until our paths cross again, may you cultivate healthy boundaries, build meaningful relationships, and live a life filled with purpose, joy, and unwavering self-respect.